I grew up and studied in La Habana. My primary school was El Centro Asturiano, which was in one of the most treasured buildings in the city to this day. El Centro Gallego was another of my favorite gathering places. So were the gardens around El Capitolio Nacional, and also the portales or arcades that were all over the city. I lived in Galiano Street, also known as Avenida de Italia, right in the center of the city. The entrance to the building was through a beautiful arcade. Galiano had continuous arcades starting at El Malecón by the waterfront to Reina Street, which had arcades that connected on one end to the Velascoen Street arcades and on the other to the Monte Street arcades, continuing to the arcades fronting the Capitol. This followed down to the Paseo del Prado, which had great arcades on both sides that ended at the Malecón arcades. These ones closed the wide loop that ended at the Infanta Street arcades. Cuba was discovered on October 28, 1492 by Italian explorer Cristobal Colón under the sponsorship of Catholic King Fernando and Queen Isabel of Spain. Soon after the discovery of Cuba, La Habana was founded in 1515 by Spanish explorer Diego Velázquez. As it grew in importance due to the shipment of merchandise and commerce with Spain, it started attracting attacks from pirates. This motivated the construction of a fortified, thick, high masonry wall around the city, with gates that would be closed off each night at 9 p.m. at the firing of a cannon. The firing of a cannon at this hour each night became a tradition in the city for centuries. With the passage of time, the city grew out of the wall with important buildings being built. Those included defensive and government facilities, churches, stores, and mansions. Wide avenues lined with beautiful arcades supported the columns designed in classic architectural styles. They were connecting all the different areas of the city. These arcades, called portales in Spanish, allow people to walk through large continuous areas of the city, protected from the heat of the tropical sun and from the rain. They give the city a very unique flavor. When a code was written to regulate construction in the cities, arcades became a mandatory item. Their width, height, and architectural features were regulated by law. Those regulations have remained in the city code to the present. For a long time, La Habana has been recognized and distinguished worldwide for those beautiful and ubiquitous arcades. The only other city in the world that also has many arcades is Bologna in Italy. However, they do not compare with the abundance and magnificence of the ones in La Habana. Walking through the avenues of other cities in the world, one notices immediately that the front walls of most buildings along the main avenues grow directly up from the property lines without any arcades. The architectural designs used during this glorious era in La Habana contributed to making it one of the most beautiful cities in the world. At this time, La Habana was called the Rome of the Americas. La Habana, the city with the most beautiful arcades in the world.